Hi, it's Brittany. Okay, so it's the end of May. Can you believe it? It's like whiz, there it goes. Like, right? It's incredible. Okay, we're doing an interesting vlog segment here. The title is, can you read that? Okay, just kidding. It's called Full Transition, Except at Work. The Mind Bender. Okay, now this is my situation for the moment. Now, I'm just gonna like talk about me, and y'all are welcome to send in your stories, and we can read some of them, or we can read all of them. My goal is not only to bring what I know about this life and its trials and tribulations to people who need some guidance and some kind of, I don't know, shall we say, information for making decisions on their own about things that are going on in their lives. Okay. Now, with regard to me, I'm not transitioned to that point yet for basically, I guess, 3 reasons. Okay? One is my name isn't changed. Number 2, the wardrobe isn't there yet, and with time in the job, I'll make some money and start buying wardrobe, and we can turn that around. And for me, number 3, it's really a number 4, but you know, I would transition fully even based on just getting to number 3. And number 3 for me is voice. You know, some of you will say, "Oh, your voice is fine." Well, you know, if you go back to the video on the point system, you know, where we say like, okay, if somebody looks at you and they stick you, you know, mostly in the left column instead of the right column, it basically means that you've got more than enough brownie points to like make the girls list, and they basically don't have an issue with you. To say it another way, you have not been uncovered. Okay? All right. In my case, it's those 3 things. So just to say it again, one is a name change. You know, you can't be wearing a dress if your name is associated with the guys. Still my curse for the moment. That will change. Number 2 is wardrobe. Number 3 is voice. Now, for many of you, the first 2 are highly relevant, and the third one might be more like breast augmentation and nose. And for me, that's like almost right behind number 3. If I had my way, I would do it right now. You could drop me off in the office tomorrow morning, and I would go do it. I'm ready. And you need to be emotionally ready for that. And I have been to this plastic surgeon in Fort Lauderdale, and we're going to talk about him in another video. He's very good. He's one of the few doctors in the United States that does large breast implants. And I've seen his work in person. There was someone there who I saw. And we'll talk about that. It's coming. And these are well thought out videos. So, I had a hard time getting up in the morning and going for this job interview to some degree. Ultimately, my motivation was, you know, I need to do what I need to so I can pay bills and take care of myself. And if I'm going to be stubborn and resistant to that, I'm only going to hurt myself. You know, it's hard. It's a mind fuck. It's totally, it screws with your brain. You know, I'll tell you how I dealt with it. I always give credit where credit's due. So this expression, hot girl disguise, comes from Jenna Marbles, who is this very, very good-looking, I don't know, she's like 28 or something, 28, late 20s girl. She lives in, female who lives in Boston, and she has her own channel on YouTube. Jenna has a following almost second to none. If there was a platinum or a titanium club on YouTube, she'd be in it. Her videos typically get anywhere between, I don't know, 7 and 30 million views. You heard me right. So, between 7 million and 30 million views. So, she talks about the hot girl disguise. She puts on her hot girl disguise, high heels, the dress, the makeup, the whole 9 yards, you know. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, wow, you know, what if I just turn this around and I just say, you know, this is my hot guy disguise for purposes of getting this job. You know, how I get in the door is not as relevant as getting the job. You know, if I could go in there playing the banjo or something, or you know, I don't know, whatever, and if that got me the job, then that's all that counts. So I go in there, they're expecting to see so-and-so, I show them so-and-so, I know what I'm talking about, I'm a good candidate for the job. Once I'm in the door, knowing that they are a liberal and open-minded organization, I feel fairly confident that I have a good chance at being long-term, a long-term employee, which is my intent. Go with the right mindset. Go with thinking, you know, you're doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. Being a pig-headed fool and being resistant and being stubborn and full of pride and all this stuff. Pride is for guys, okay, who are just pumped up on their ego. You know, if you want to talk about stuff that you want to like change about yourself, that will make you more proximate to what really is the case for most females, and that is females are more likely to want to go get help. They think better they make decisions more likely to make decisions in the absence of their ego. That might be a good way to put it. And who is writing? It's one of my dear friends who I love. Okay, so I'll tell her about this video because I always like people to know when I say nice things about them. So anyway, think real hard why you need this job. The reasons are kind of obvious. Just keep in mind how important working is and taking care of yourself and your health with that money and that health insurance, etc. Be less concerned with your ego. Know what your plan is for moving forward with your transition. Don't get caught up in the fact that you are sitting in an office looking like a guy where everywhere else you don't. You see what you see right now? As soon as I got home from this interview, my hot girl disguise went right back on. And more to the fact, this is really no disguise. From my perspective, I felt like I was impersonating a guy when I went and put on those clothes and stuff and went in there like that. But this voice went with me. You know, I didn't change my voice and, you know, deepen it to make them happy or something, you know. I just went as me. Unfortunately, I went in a different outfit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's hard, but you do it. And you know, this is one of those videos where you should write in about your experiences, and we're going to put them in another video as a supplement to this, and we can do multi-part because I think this is one of those subjects that's sensitive, and there's a lot of people who are, you know, they have to deal with it and they don't know how. So don't cry too much. No one is stealing anything from you. Whatever's in your head about how you feel about yourself, no one can take that away from you. Okay? And trust me, this morning I was in knots, but you know, the interview went well. And you know, if you're a good candidate for whatever job you are applying to, let them hire you on your merits. Like if you know, if you're good at what you're applying for, you let them know, and you let them know why. And later on, you know, you can put your hot girl disguise back on, and shall we say, and fine, they'll see the real you. You're going to be happier for that. You're going to have a job, and you know, and by some chance they don't want you there, then the job fulfilled its purpose to keep a roof over your head and food on your plate, and you know, so you do what you need to do, okay? Buy, write, and you know, share, okay? It's easier if you share. You get it off your chest, and there are other people out there that can help, including me. All right, have a good night. Bye.